review. Fantasy for you, for you, for you, for you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ryan and welcome to Castletree TV. The inspiration for this week's song comes from an animated sci-fi fantasy film from 1981. This animated film didn't come from the Hanna-Barbera or Disney universe though. In fact, I'm pretty sure they would have been canceled immediately if they had created this film. This animated film in particular falls into the adult category due to its violence, sexuality, and nudity.
Lots of animated nudity.
Ladies and gentlemen, the film of which I speak is the multi-dimensional, sci-fi fantasy hybrid skin flick of swordplay, lasers, and bizarro creeps. It's the 1981 cult classic, Heavy Metal! Excuse me. But before heavy metal made its way into the VCRs of pimple-faced comic book collectors and D&D enthusiasts, it was an underground magazine dedicated to dark fantasy, science fiction, erotica, and steampunk comics. The magazine started publishing in 1971 and is still publishing to this day. Over the years, it's been a showcase for some of the world's greatest illustrators and creators, with cover art being done by such icons as H.R. Giger, Esteban Morato, and a whole host of others. The film stays true to the spirit of the magazine and plays out in a series of different stories, each story created by a different animation studio and linked together by a common thread. That thread is a multi-dimensional traveling floating green orb known as the sum of all evil. The film shows how characters in different dimensions, worlds, and times must deal with the threat of the floating green orb. One would hope that a film with the title Heavy Metal that came out in the early 80s would have a kick-ass soundtrack.
And this film does not disappoint.
Metal and rock music have been fused with science fiction and fantasy since the very beginning. And this movie comes correct when pleasing fans of these genres. Black Sabbath, Sammy Hagar, Blue Oyster Cult, Nazareth, and Cheap Trick are just a few of the heavy hitters you can expect to hear while riding the Heavy Metal Express. The soundtrack does a great job of offering up high-speed riffs mixed with mellow grooves, and the combination of the two is a great fit for the film. It's these classic shredders and stoners that have inspired the style for this week's song.
Heavy Metal!
Yeah! Man, I've been waiting for you to finally do this one, bro. I love Heavy Metal magazine and the movies. You love heavy metal, really? Lifelong subscriber, actually. That and Hustler and Highlights magazine. Highlights is just, it's just the best. You are definitely a, cultured individual. Indeed I am, you condescending prick. Anyways, because of my love for heavy metal, I'd really like to take over from here and host my own segment if you're cool with it. You actually want to host and participate in the show and take it seriously. Hey man, when it's something I love, I go all in. You give me a chance. Wizard's honor. That's not a thing. Okay. Let's see what you got. Hello everyone and welcome to Maestro's Obscenery, where we look at scenes from movies. You get it? I'm Maestro, in case you're slow. Today we're going to be looking at my favorite scenes from the movie Heavy Metal.
Man, do you really need to be drinking right now?
No. No, I don't.
Real nice.
Our first scene shows this nice young lady, well, let's just say that he isn't teaching her how to do push-ups.
Seriously, man?
Yeah, seriously, man. It's called culture, and it's the human body, and it's a beautiful thing. Maybe you shouldn't come at me with your rigid-ass sexuality. Can I get back to my thing? Okay, this next scene you're really gonna like. In this scene, this buff-ass, bald, red dude is helping this nice young lady get untangled from what appears to be a thong or something. Yeah, a hero's work is never done.
Man, come on.
Oh, let me stop you there, because I know what you're gonna say. Just give me a chance. The next scene is completely different. Completely. I promise. I got you. Okay, this next scene shows our heroine not undressing, but putting clothes on. Very tasteful, very sensual. Check it out.
You do know that I'm just gonna blur all of this, right?
You know, you are becoming such a wet blanket square, and it's making me feel very claustrophobic artistically.
Do you have any scenes that have anything to do with the storyline? Or just don't focus solely on nudity?
Yes, if you hadn't tried to backseat drive my segment, you would have realized that the next scene has absolutely nothing to do with nudity.
Somehow I don't believe you. We'll see.
Ooh.
So, prostitutes about to be put in jail. That's your ace in the hole.
I believe sex workers is the PC term, Mother Teresa, and they play a pivotal role in the scene. These sex workers from our protagonist's past not only illuminate the state of things in a city rampant with violence and disorder, they remind our main character that while he might be trying to do the right thing by rescuing this damsel in distress, he cannot outrun the decisions and vices of his recent past. The anti-hero can be heroic, but he can never be a hero. Dick. Cosmic brothers united by the endless forces of the universe. All right, everyone, please enjoy our song,
The Sum of Our Evil.
and we'll see you next time on Castletree TV.
Creatures howling out for blood, and the ground is trembling. and review. We create and review. We create and review. Fantasy for you, for you, for you, for you.